Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome. We're going to start with Cancer's energy, is the way we are going to do this. And we are going to look at oracle messages for both you and your person. All right. And then we will look at the tarot messages for you and your person. Okay. So for Cancer and the collective. All right. So you could be dealing with any sign, Cancer. All right. Or you could be dealing with another Cancer. If you are a cross watcher, you are most welcome to this channel. Again, this is for all 12 signs. All right. So your energy can resonate in any of these readings. All right. So we're going to start with the collective oracle here. All right. And let's go ahead and get it going. So starting for Cancer. All right, so we're going to look at your energy first, and then I'll pull messages for your person. Let's get shuffled up a bit. It's been a minute. Okay, so starting with you, Cancer. Holy Spirit, angels, and guides, tell us about Cancer, please. Oops, that card jumped back in there. Tell us about Cancer. Holy Spirit, angels, and guides, tell us about Cancer, please. Tell us about Cancer. Okay, so now let's look at your person. Tell us about Cancer's person, please. Holy Spirit, angels, and guides, tell us about Cancer's person. Holy Spirit, angels, and guides, tell us about Cancer's person, please. Okay. Whew. All right, so let's pull a couple of more oracle cards for you. Let's go back to the back of the room here. Okay. Tell us about Cancer, please. Holy Spirit, angels, and guides, tell us about Cancer. Tell us about Cancer, please. Holy Spirit, angels. All those cards did not have to just fall. I think there was just a couple. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Tell us about Cancer, please. Okay. I hate that one. All right. Tell us about Cancer's person. Sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. Okay. I'm going to the back of my decks here to get some of these cards that have not been used for a while. Let's see what we got. Tell me about Cancer, please. Tell me about Cancer. Tell me about Cancer's person, please. Holy Spirit, angels, and guides. Okay. All right, so let's see what we can ascertain here. What is going on with you all? All right, so this is your energy, okay? So we have put your money where your mouth is in the reverse, okay? Put your money where your mouth is in the reverse. So there's something, Cancer, that I feel like you're not really interested in investing in, okay? You're taking something back, okay? You may have this is like an energy of, maybe you pumped something up and you're realizing that it's not at all what you thought it was. Okay. So you're no longer um, going in the direction that you were, going before. You know what I mean? So it's almost like realizing that, something is not as good as what you thought it was. So there you go. And then look, we have intuitive here. Okay. We have intuitive. So you may not even be letting certain people know that you are on to them. It's a type of energy of, you're starting to see things around you. Okay. Things are starting to become clear to you, and it's starting to come together, and like one thing will add up with another thing, and it will make it something like, ooh, like, okay, that's new. So I feel like your light bulbs are starting to turn on. Okay, if that is a thing here. So there's something you're realizing about perhaps, the person that you are with or people that are around you. Okay. Or there's even a situation that you're realizing is not what you thought it would be. Okay. Or what it was. We also have bad karma in the reverse here. All right. And this gives me all the vibes of the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. Okay. All right. The Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor, period. This is also indicating that some sort of something that someone tried to put on you or tried to do to you, it's like it's reversed. You know what I'm saying? The opposite effect is happening. Okay. The opposite effect is happening. Okay. All right. And then we have speechless in the reverse. Okay. And this is a red, okay, card here. Okay. Speechless in the reverse. All right. So, this is just, an energy of, people are either talking about you, people have things to say, about the fact that everything is going so well for you. Okay. And this could even be people, okay, that had bad intentions, okay, for you. With bad karma in the reverse, this could be an energy of someone was hoping that something would go one way. All right. But now these people don't, they can't believe that this is happening. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah. And then we have, this can be seen from afar, and this is in the reverse. So, like I said in the very beginning, this was not a situation that was so obvious to you at first. It didn't, all the pieces hadn't come together yet. And it's sometimes it just happens like that. It doesn't mean that you're any more intuitive than not, or it doesn't mean that you're any more wiser. Okay, it could be, but it doesn't necessarily have to mean that. It could just be that, didn't fall into place in such a way that you were able to see in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? It takes a certain time in people's lives to see things in a certain way. Okay? It does. It does. All right. So the way people treat you when you're down and out is a different feeling than the way people treat you when everything is going well, and you analyze and observe and see the differences. You know what I'm saying? That's that type of energy here. So you couldn't see this from afar. And then it says, you are motivating me in the reverse. All right. So definitely this person is turning you off. You are starting to become in a retrograde type motion where you're starting to go backwards in a sense and or away, whatever is equivalent. Okay. Whatever that means. All right. So take that how it resonates and let's keep going. I don't know why I said backwards, but I did. I said backwards. I said backwards 3 times. We have broken branch here. Broken branch, number 29. Okay. Heartache. And this is always a very interesting card to me because it's an energy of having to cut off what is not, you know, it's no longer viable. So you have to cut that broken branch off of that tree. There's the energy of if it's bringing heartache, if it's hurting the rest of the situation here that's healthy, it's time to go ahead and just cut it off. Okay. So there's an energy with 29, which is 2 plus 9 is 11, twin flame energy. This could be that. This could be an energy of you're realizing that the person that you're with is not a soul tie, but they are a karmic. Yet you're in the situation. You're bound to this person somehow. You are connected in some way to someone that is not good for you, not healthy for you, toxic. Okay, perhaps. All right. And it's time to cut that branch away. All right. I feel like the time has come. And then we have secret trail and ascension. Didn't I tell you? So, Cancer, you're on a path of ascension. You may be with that twin flame karmic energy, but you're moving towards your forever soul tie. You are moving towards ascension, which is where you're going to be manifesting and receiving all the things. You know what I'm saying? You're a pre-empress in on the path towards your empress energy. But you have to cut that broken branch, right? And we have 9. And what's missing? What is missing? The 2. Look at how this resonates. See, we have that broken branch when we have that connection to that old karmic energy that is not your forever soul tie. So you still being connected with this person is not helping you. Okay, perhaps it's actually hindering you. It's keeping you further away from your person. It's putting you on a path or a trajectory. I love saying that word, which is crazy to say. Trajectory away from your person. And with 9, this says secret trail. Now you're on a secret path, okay, towards ascension. You know what I'm saying? There's an energy of, okay, if you're not that person, and I'm realizing that, okay, somehow I got myself in this situation. I'm feeling toxic here, so I'm interested to see what the cards will say. But I'm feeling with a toxic person and needing to secretly get away from this person. You need to secretly cut away. This is someone who's toxic and perhaps may not even, it may be a abusive situation. It may be a situation where you don't want this person to know you're planning to go. Okay. But it's over. Okay. This cycle is over. Let's see what else we have here. We have in the near future here. Okay. In the near future for you, Cancer, this is something that is going to be happening soon. That branch has died and it's gone, and now it's causing issues to the other, connecting tissue. Okay. So you have to sever it. And it says abundance here. Okay, abundance. You have abundance coming towards you in the near future. Okay, look at this. Look at this. How gorgeous is that for you right now? Okay, How gorgeous is that for you? But this is coming your way. This is coming your way, but you have to cut that broken branch off of that tree. Okay. So, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Let's look at your person's energy. All right. And then we'll go back. We'll go back. We'll keep these cards right where they are, just in case we have to go back and reference it. So, for your person's energy, we have revolution in the reverse. Okay. Revolution in the upright. First of all, I think of the word revolve. You can tell me what you think of. All right. But that's something that's constantly turning or constantly changing. And when it's in the reverse, this is a very stubborn type energy. Okay. Also could give me emperor vibes. Okay. But like a false type emperor. This is a very stubborn energy, very controlling, someone who kind of will throw a tantrum when they don't get their way. I don't know. That's coming through for me right now with this card in the reverse. You know, we all like things to move. It's almost like a broken wheel. It doesn't want to turn, you know? It's very frustrating. So then we have, you will not see this coming. So very interesting that one of the cards that you have is this can be seen from afar in the reverse. All right. And then we have, you will not see this coming. And remember, I said this person was very stubborn. I'm getting an energy of someone who's very vengeful, someone who's mad. I'm getting an energy of someone is of when they don't get their way with the green light here, they throw a tantrum. They throw a tantrum or they get angry. Okay, this is just what's coming through for me, y'all. Okay, take it how it resonates. All right. Eat the meat, spit out the bones, that my grandmother used to say all the time. Okay, take it how it resonates for you, baby. All right. So look at this, y'all. Saw this come out for your person. I just could not believe how it was, the message is coming together. Look at this evil eye. This person is not, they're angry, they're not getting their way, but they also don't want you to get your way. This person is looking at you with an eye of being vengeful, being jealous, being envious, okay, being angry, even with this whole red situation here. Okay. Yeah, they have a red evil eye. That's not cool at all. And then we have, if, oh my, look at this. Y'all, I didn't see this one. If I can't have it, no one else should. Like this person, the level of narcissism and the level of just sheer arrogance that comes. Remember when I said this was a false emperor? This is like a king of pentacles in the reverse type energy. Take it how it resonates. We'll see what the cards say when they come out. Y'all, I am very curious to see what this is for you. I am going to be uploading this message for my cancers. Okay, because I feel like this is something that y'all need to hear. Okay. Yes, this is something that y'all need to hear because this person is upset. We have string me along here. So I string me along, and then we have turn on some good music in the reverse. This is somebody who really honestly very negative, very angry energy, very victimized type, like they become the victim, very narcissistic. Okay, that is sheer narcissism. turn on some good music in the reverse. Like this person's level of frequency is one that causes, I don't know, it's better to hear like fingernails going down the chalkboard sometimes in this person because they're so negative. The frequency that comes from this person is just crazy. And it's all because of the narcissism that they suffer from. It's very severe. Very severe. What else does this person have going on? I don't mean to rag on this person so bad, but they are so bad. They are so bad. Cancer. Okay, so we have cast the circle, raising vibrations, number 18. Why is that my birth date? Okay. But listen here, raising vibrations. Remember, I just said their frequency is so low or just chaotic. I feel like they literally were almost like an energy type vampire. I feel like they were pulling from your energy. They were so bad. You made this person halfway somewhat decent, I feel. Okay. You made this person halfway decent. And I feel like you are realizing that and you are quickly moving in a different direction. I'm definitely getting Eight of Wands energy. Okay. Let's see here. Solitary Witch, heal yourself first. Okay, raising vibrations, heal yourself first. Listen, I feel like this person has some inner demons that they need to deal with and to, deal with this person. Here you go with that 2 again, and here you go with that 9. 1 plus 8 is 9, you guys. Okay, something about the number 29. Somebody's birthday could be on the 29th or February the 9th, okay, or September the 2nd, okay. But this person here, and this is 11, okay, 9 plus 2. Solitary Witch. Didn't I say this is a karmic energy that it is time for you to separate from? It's time for you to break away. And this person's going to pull the victimization. You were stringing me along. You knew the entire time you didn't want to, stay in the connection, blah, 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 blah. It's going to be something to that nature. You're ready. You're ready here. And we have no need to worry. And this is on your person's energy here. I feel like this person is realizing that you are getting ready to exit stage left. And they are going to act very smug. Again, you're dealing with a narcissist. This is not someone who is going to start to like beg or anything of that nature. So please prepare yourself for this energy because I feel like this is something that this person does to draw you back in. This person is going to act as though it's not a big deal, like they don't care, they don't have anything to be concerned about, they're ready for you to go. They're going to start to antagonize you. And cancers, we are some definitely some snippers. Like we're very good for disconnecting, okay, and standing our ground, but we're also very very much on that energy of standing our ground, okay, and being very defensive, even if it means just continuing to go at it and at it and at it with someone. Don't get drugged back into this cycle with this narcissist because that's what they want. They want to somehow trauma bond you to them in this way. Okay. Because then you'll start to fight back to the point where you get pulled into their low vibrational frequency, and then you'll start to do things that they would do, right? That's the only way, right, to get back at them, right? Because they're doing things from a low vibration. So you're going to have to do that as well. Once you do that, it makes you like them. Then they fake ascend, right? The narcissist will then fake ascend to their highest ground, and they will then victimize themselves and guilt you into feeling like you've traumatized them, right? And so now there's this cycle of you feeling sorry for yourself, feeling sorry for them, trying to make it better, and they treat you like a dirtbag. So then you're in the vicious cycle. So don't go down the dark wide web. We'll call it the DWW. All right. So don't do it. I feel like that's where we're hitting on here. So Cancers, let's go ahead and now look at your energy first. Once again, y'all, I'm gone old school, and I'm looking at the very first deck that I obtained for myself, purchased for myself when I started my channel on Queen Cancer Tarot. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about the channel. Again, She Reads Tarot is new. I'm wanting to showcase. I don't believe that I can post across both channels. I can't post the same videos on both channels. I think that's like a violation, okay, for YouTube. So I will not be doing that. All right. So it's like I have to pick and choose. But what I will do is post the link for this video on my other channel. Okay. So that you guys, they will be able to come over here like I've asked them to multiple times. People just don't like to follow instructions. I guess they feel like they're being told what to do. And I want people to feel welcome. So I don't want to tell people what they have to. But I heavily recommend that you go subscribe to all three of my channels. I heavily recommend. The energy is definitely genuine. Okay. All right. And I do have to go and visit a family member soon, so I'm not going to keep you. All right. So Cancer, what is going on with your energy? All right, tell us about Cancer, please. Holy Spirit, angels, and guides. Tell us about Cancer, please. Tell us about Cancer. So we have the Page of Cups in the reverse. And the Chariot. Page of Cups in the reverse. And the Chariot. Tell me about Cancer, please. Holy Spirit, angels, and guides. And we have the Death card and the 10 of Cups. Scorpionic energy, Cancerian energy. We have strong Cancerian, strong Scorpionic energy here. So you could be dealing with a Cancer or a Scorpio. Tell me about Cancer, please. And we have, look at this, the Emperor and the King of Cups. What did I tell you? Under the deck, you have the Page of Wands, the Nine of Wands. Look at this. The Two of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the Two of Swords with the Knight of Wands here. What did I tell you? Empress energy here. Okay. All right. So, Cancer, let's go ahead and start. Where do you want to start? Let's start at the top here. I've been going backwards here lately, but that's just the way it's been going. Now we're going to start at the top here. All right. Page of Cups in the reverse. Okay. Just right out the bat. Okay. Y'all don't waste any time getting y'all feelings out, Cancer. This is sheer disappointment. Okay. This is no longer being happy. Okay. This is feeling very insecure emotionally. Okay. And because of that, with the Chariot here, Cancer, you are wasting no time. You are in that energy. Remember, I said you left the building a long time ago. This was dead and gone a long time ago. This was broken a long time ago. Broken branch. You've been a broken branch for a while in this connection. This has been a karmic connection since day one here. Since day one. All right. And you are emotionally unhappy and unfulfilled and insecure. All right. And you don't feel safe. Okay. And now you are ready to leave. You're ready to go. You're ready to move towards your abundance here with that Chariot energy. Okay. You are ready to go towards your abundance. And I don't just mean any time here. Okay. I mean in the near future. Okay. You see how the Oracle just kind of set it up for us? Not set it up, set it up. All right. And in the current energy here, Cancer, we have the Death card and the Ten of Cups. Listen, when I said this situation was dead and gone, this family, Ten of Cups, this is a situation that has ended. Okay. Things have changed. It's no longer the same. Okay. This Ten of Cups is no longer the same with the Page of Cups in the reverse. You are disappointed. You had your hopes out for this person. Remember, I said in the beginning, it's an energy of like you thought something was one thing and yet your vision started to clear. It was like blurry and it started to come into like the 3D where you could like see things from a whole different perspective. That's when you ascend, Cancer. This is what happens when you go through an ascension period. It feels like you can see things clearer. That's why I love this picture here that I have on my wall, if you can see. Okay. Because it looks very, very like there's like a sheer clearness to it, but it's also like very dreamy. Okay, there's a bit of a cloud or a cloud over it, or a haze in a way, if you want to say. Yeah, it just gives me the impression of I'm walking out, or I'm walking into the realness, coming out of a dream state into something that's actually real. Okay, that's how this is. Okay, you're realizing that what you are in is not the Ten of Cups that you had envisioned. Now, with the Emperor here and the King of Cups here, this is striking because again, this is you being held back or someone trying to hold you back with that King of Cups. This is you emotionally distancing yourself or physically separating from this person. And I feel like there is some energy of feeling like this person will either try to physically restrain or, emotionally trauma bond you, which I feel like is more of that energy with the King of Cups. This is emotions. I feel like this person will act cold. They'll act distant. They'll act like they don't care. And this is the way that they realize will keep you from going. Because look, with the Page of Wands and the Nine of Wands, just like I said, Cancers, there's an energy of once you get angry or or you feel like someone's trying to push you or someone's daring you to go. With that Nine of Wands, you'll do the exact opposite. Holding that Ace of Wands, this is an anger move. This is a vengeful way of this person keeping you in this energy, okay? But I feel like it's not going to go the way that it usually goes. Okay. I feel like it's not going to go the way that it usually goes for this person. So we have the Two of Wands here and the Two of Cups, Cancer, under the deck for you. Listen, you're making a decision, or you're making a decision whether or not you want to stay or go. But with the Two of Cups, we already saw the Page of Cups in the reverse. We saw the Death card. We see the Chariot, and we see the King of Cups. Other than that, with the Emperor and the Ten of Cups, I feel like you feel stuck in this toxic situationship that is not a true soul tie connection. You've already made the decision that you are wanting to go on this path and go towards your Two of Cups. You know, you're ready to bounce. You are ready to bounce. With the Two of Swords here and the Knight of Wands, however, Cancer, there's an energy of, once you make the decision to go, that person is going to try to intimidate you. Okay. They're going to try to um, antagonize you into this emotional energy, but you're breaking ties with that Knight of Wands. You're cutting this Knight of Wands off. You're cutting this Knight of Wands off. So there's going to be an energetic shift that is going to take place here, is all I can say. You're distancing yourself from this Emperor energy here, Cancer, with the King of Cups. You are not about to sit here and put up with this or be stuck to this situation here. Okay? One thing a Cancer is not going to do is be trapped, okay, or in a situation where they feel like they're backed against the wall. That's when Cancers fight back, baby. It gets ugly, okay? I'm just saying. Just saying. Speaking for a friend, okay? We're gonna keep it feminine, okay? And look at what is right behind this Empress energy here. Look at this. We have the Empress, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Queen of Cups all underneath the deck with the Ace of Cups, Cancer. You are moving towards something new. You are moving towards your biggest blessings here. You are moving towards someone who is going to make you feel like that divine feminine here and that Queen of Cups energy. So I'm not worried about it one bit. Um, Not one bit at all. So let me shuffle this deck a little bit further here. Let's clarify here. Tell us about this Page of Cups in the reverse. Page of Cups in the reverse and the Chariot. So we have the Nine of Wands here. Look at that. And it fell in my purse. I couldn't tell if it fell out in the upright or in the reverse here. Anytime something falls on the floor, it always comes out in the reverse. So I will take the Nine of Wands in the reverse in this instance here, because this is your energy. Underneath the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Listen, this is exactly what this is saying here. That Nine of Wands in the reverse is an energy of someone who is been in a situation too long. Okay, too long. And what that Ace of Pentacles reflects is a new opportunity. So I know exactly what direction that card fell in. Do you understand me? I know exactly what direction it fell in. Wow. So, yeah, you are with that Chariot. This is you moving towards something new. Okay. You were disappointed in the fact that this person had you in this situation, okay, doing the most, right? And they did the least. They did the least. They didn't do anything to keep you, okay? Tell me about the Death card here and the Ten of Cups here. You're tired of faking. You're tired of pretending. Okay, 3 cards here. 3 cards. Cancer, we have, and these cards came out in the reverse here. We have the Two of Cups in the reverse, the Queen of Wands in the reverse, and the Five of Wands in the reverse here. Remember, I said this person is, this talks about someone who's extremely vengeful. This also talks about after a conflict. Okay, the Five of Wands is talking about people arguing, being in a dispute. When the Five of Wands in the reverse, this talks about that energy of, you just don't want to fight anymore, or, a fight has just ended and things are peaceful or things are quiet, right? We have the Two of Cups in the reverse here with that Nine of Wands in the reverse. And remember, I said your person with that evil eye here, that person is pissed. They are extremely angry, Cancer, once you separate from them. Once you move to end the connection, that is when this person is going to show their whole ass. This talks about someone who's extremely temperamental. This talks about a bully. Remember, I said this person is going to try to antagonize and intimidate you. Bully falls right into that whole category. Okay. Bully is the cousin of intimidator and antagonist. All right. Um, so definitely keep that in mind with this person. Um, I feel like once you have this conversation, or once this person finds out the truth, and the truth is that you're leaving with this Eight of Cups, look at this. Once they find out the truth with that Seven of Wands, be ready to defend yourself, be ready to stand your ground with this person, because they are coming with some very vengeful energy here, controlling energy, angry, upset type energy. Okay, we see the Two of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Like they are going to, you know, want to put up a fight here. Tell me about the Emperor and the King of Cups, please. This is them trying to be forceful, right? Tell me about the Emperor and the King of Cups. That looked like it went in the reverse. It did. You have the Sun in the reverse. What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you this person was someone who likes to throw tantrums? That is this energy. The Sun in the reverse talks about someone who is very pessimistic. They act like they really don't care. It's no big deal. They're very conceited. This person acts like a spoiled brat when they don't get what they want. And we have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. This talks about someone who is extremely controlling. This talks about someone who feels like something is very unfair. This also talks about strings attached. And what does this oracle card say, y'all? Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. I'm not even playing here. I am not even playing here. Y'all saw it, so I'm not even going to let y'all play the game with me either. Wait a minute. Hold on. If I can't have it, no one else should. And stringing me along. Look at this. Read it and weep. Cancer. This is why, y'all, I can't recommend uh this enough. I love what I do. Okay. I love I love my job. I love what I do. I love my gift. This is a gift is what this is. And look, we have the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse again, strings attached, right? This also talks about someone with a very power dynamic. They want to try to control you or manipulate you when they can't get their way. Then they want to come in and strong arm you. Strong arm you, okay? When they can't get their way. Tell me yeah, but you're not going there with this person. But that's going to be their attempt with the Page of Wands, okay, and the 9 of Wands. They're going to try to like get you angry to try to get you to stay. I know it sounds like some reverse psychology uh, paganism, but that's exactly what this person is into. It is some craziness, okay? Tactics that this person has. Tell me about this Page of Wands energy and the 9 of Wands, please. Holy Spirit, angels, and guides. Page of Wands and the 9 of Wands, please. And we have the Fool and the 3 of Wands. Look at this. The minute you decide, you are up. Do you see what I'm saying? That 3 of Wands also talks, and remember that card that says you are motivating me, and it's in the reverse? This was your energy. See what I'm saying? This person is trying to get you to stay, but you are actually going to be going. Okay. Both of these cards represent you leaving. The Fool talks about someone going, leaving, going on a trip. The 3 of Wands also talks about someone going bye bye. Okay. They're going on a vacation, a trip, a cruise, a voyage. They're getting in their car. They're leaving. Under the deck with that 7 of Pentacles, they want you to stay. They're begging you to please just wait. Don't leave yet. But they're not saying anything. See, with that 4 of Cups, this person wants you to stay. They want to beg, but with that 4 of Cups, they're acting like they don't care. They're acting like they don't care, right? With the 2 of Swords, they know you're on the way out the door, but they need to try to put on this facade that they don't give a doggone, because they feel like that'll piss you off further. But that only pisses you off, Cancer, when your heart is still attached, when your heart has not been broken, when you're not done. And we saw you with the Ace of Swords and the 8 of Cups. Like, the truth is you're done. The truth is you're gone. You've left the building a long time ago. Okay. Tell me about this 2 of Wands and the 2 of Cups here. 2 of Wands and the 2 of Cups, please. Oh, all those cards here. Too many cards coming out, and they're all in the reverse. See, we have the Strength card in the reverse and the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. See, this talks about someone who's trying to force you to forgive them. They're trying to this is a forceful way of trying to get you to stay. You also have the 9 of Cups in the reverse. What did I tell you? This is someone who is very smug. They just act like they don't care at all. With the 10 of Cups in the reverse, once again, this is talking about someone who is very defensive. Okay. They feel like they've been abused. Hold on one second. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. So again, with that 10 of cups in the reverse, again, this is, people who are like really involving themselves in other people's business, okay? Um, while at the same time acting like they don't care. You know what I'm saying? Once again, this is somebody who does not lose easily. Okay, this is somebody who does not like to lose. They don't like being told no, Cancer. And you just happen to tell this narcissist no. Okay, and they couldn't take it. Tell me about this Two of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Okay, as soon as you cut them off, that's when they're going to get the worst. See, look at this. Look at this. Nine of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. As soon as you break away from this controlling emperor energy, they are going to start to, you know, they're going to be very, 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 very upset, very depressed. This person is going to want to make you miserable. Underneath the deck, the Four of Pentacles. See, this is someone who does not like being told no. Okay. Someone who does not like being told no. Okay. Extremely, very, very possessive, right? They do not like to lose. Okay. Um, so what we're going to do is I'm going to take this into a bonus extended part 2. We will look at your person's energy. Okay. We will go ahead and clarify your person's energy. And then I'll go ahead and look at the challenges or the obstacles that you may face with this person. Like, how far is this person going to be going? I mean, further than just being upset. What are their actions actually going to be, and how are you going to respond? We will also look at the advice for you. What do you need to know? What is it that you don't see coming with this person? And then we'll look at the final conclusion and some oracle messages for you. And I'll do also a Cancer versus all 12 at the end. I'll try to speed things along as much as possible, you guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for listening, and subscribe to the channel if you so wish. I will see you next time. Bye.